Welcome to Neon Cobra. Let's kick into it. So last week we talked about B-series virtual machines and where they kind of fit into the ecosystem or the equation with partners. Which kind of opens up the grander question is how do I know? How do I know what to build with? So my general recommendation when I'm working with partners is essentially find a few series you will constantly build within, right? It was the same back when you were building with physical hardware. You'd always have one preferred server, general similar configurations. So you tend to get lost in the weeds when you're in Azure and you're looking at maybe CPU optimized or memory optimized and such and getting really specific. But you got to remember the tiering and the groupings that Microsoft designed are really for enterprise, right? So when we're looking at SMB space and mid-market, you're likely going to deal within maybe 3 to 4 different series. And general recommendations, if you want equal memory to CPU, you're going to want to live within the D series, right? 2-core 8, 4-core 16. Now, you also want to make sure whether you want AMD or Intel determines whether you're doing a DDS or a DAS. So the A is generally indicative of AMD. And there are sometimes little tricks around there as you work through it. We won't get too far into it in this video. For user-facing workloads, so we'll say AVD, virtual desktoping and such, you'll generally want to use E-series. Those tend to add more weight to the memory side. So 4-core 32, 4-core 64, 4-core 128. It is one of the few virtual machine series where you can actually control the amount of cores, which as an aside is also advantageous if you're spinning up, say, SQL servers, where maybe you don't need more cores, but you need more memories. If you go from a D4 to a D8, you add 8 times, or you have 8 cores in there, and you pay for every core. But the E-series have constrained versions. So you can do a 4-core 32 and save a ridiculous amount on licensing. So when you're looking into this, Microsoft has documentation that shows you exactly what's under the hood, and I'll link that on my blog. Catch you next week.